Listen, I honestly want to get the opinion of the people. Fellas, this one ain't for you, but if you want to chime in, go ahead. It's really for anybody. What are your thoughts on tipping when you go out to a restaurant? My thoughts on tipping is it's something that is not mandatory. It's a tip. Like you could tell somebody, listen, I think you should do a better job. Or, you know what I'm saying? I know you did this way, but I think you should do it that way. It's something you suggest. I may be wrong, but it's not mandatory. It's something that you give depending on how you feel your service was. And even if you had great service, it's still something that is your choice to give. Now, I don't feel like it's fair for these restaurants, to make us pay for something that they should be paying for. I feel like when you go out nowadays and you don't tip what the waitress or waiter feels you should tip, there's an attitude. And if you, in some cases, go back to the same place and you tipped, but it's not something that they feel like you should have tipped, then they feel in some type of way when they see you. And I feel like all that comes from the restaurant. I should give you what I feel is what I want to give you. It's not something that is mandatory and made for me to pay by the restaurant. And if it's mandatory, they should tell you that, and it should be stated before you eat. So therefore, you can choose if you want to eat there or not. These waitresses and waiters are getting out of hand, wanting you to tip them even if their service is not all that great. And then I've seen so many videos where you shouldn't go out to eat if you're not willing to tip. Oh, I'm willing to tip even if I don't. Again, I got enough for my family to eat. You know what I'm saying? If you want to eat, you have a job which you are employed to do, which somebody's already paying you to do. And I mind you, I feel like the prices that they pay these waitresses and these waiters and whoever else work off of that little $2-3, that is highway robbery. How come everything else has changed, but that hasn't changed? I feel like they should be making $16, $17, $18 an hour on top of the tips they are supposed to get, or they not supposed to, but the tips that they may get or they may not get. Then it wouldn't be so, I don't know, they wouldn't be so mad if they didn't get tipped or get tipped what they thought. Now, mind you, I'm not saying go in, get great service, and then don't tip nobody. Like, again, even if you do, that is your choice. I feel like if you get great service, give a tip. Now, I think in this day and time, service be wanting you to tip them $20, $15, $25, especially if your bill is high. Listen, at the end of the day, that is exactly what is called a tip. Something that I choose to give. If I choose not to give it to you, then it's my money. Period. And you can argue, you can feel the way you want to, but if they want you to get paid like you supposed to be paid, take that up with your employer. I'm not your employer. I'm here to eat and feed my family with the money that I made. I'm trying to survive and have a good time and eat and take my family out and enjoy a meal like anybody else. And if you want to do the same thing, then you do that. But I feel like it's your employer job to make sure that you get adequate pay for your service. If anything, they are the ones that's cutting you or taking your money or not paying you what you are owed. Take that up with them. Don't get an attitude with the people that are coming in to take their family out. And if it's something that they feel like they want to do, then do it. Now, I'm not somebody to just say don't leave nothing. I just don't think that's right. But you leave what you feel is a good tip. Like if I get great service, I don't mind giving a big tip. But if I get mediocre service, I'm going to give you the tip that I feel like you deserve. So at the end of the day, it's just what it is. But these people that is working in some of these restaurants and for working for like these grocery services and these Uber Eats and stuff where they deliver stuff, they be wanting your tips. And I done seen so many videos where they're mad and they pissed off, they throwing food, they taking the food, they doing all stuff type of stuff because they feel like, oh, you're not gonna tip. That is not the consumer's job. That is your employer's job to pay you. Now, leave what you want to say in the comments and let me see how you feel about it.